Yes. Well, I guess that works. Now, for those that are wondering why all the casters are here in CVs, basically there is no real spectator option right now, or spectator client. So what all our carriers are going to do is basically torpedo bomb ourselves and sink, and then we'll be able to death spectate the game.
Okay, so while we're waiting for our planes to take off, let's check this out. We've got Shokaku versus Shokaku, twin NCAL, oh wow, same battleships, NCAL, Bismarck for both teams, Attigo, Kutuzov versus Attigo, Chapayev, Kutuzov, so minor differences, and then double
Indeed,
Benson.
radar.
Almost middle team, mirror teams, yeah.
Let's make sure I don't miss this drop here. Quite kind of amusing to watch everyone kill themselves here. I have to wonder, will it affect the game though? The fact that we're all killing ourselves. I mean, potentially it does reduce the points. So if one of them would happen to get some very, very lucky early strikes, could we potentially have a very short game?
Yeah, we'll see, right?
Indeed. See, that's the issue with running Ryu. The other guy next to me is struck, but he's still alive.
Oh, check this out. Okay, so we have enemy torpedo. You guys got enemy torpedo bombers right off the center rather than sending in fighters.
Oh, with his balanced Shokaku, 2-2-2.
Really?
Yes. Oh god.
Wow, because our guy's 3-1-2, so I mean he's definitely going to have the advantage in building the planes.
Oh, I don't believe it. I hit myself with 8 torpedoes, and I didn't get a single flooding.
Well, you're going to have to repeat the process then. And see, right, so the initial fight we'll do in the beginning is to get sight over Bravo. Now, what's got me interested is the fact that which team are you on, sorry? Are you in KLM?
UFR.
You're UFR, yes? So the KLM team, then the CV, he's tagged the planes, but he's allowed these fighters to get tagged in the center and not brought in the extra reinforcement, letting it to kind of fly around.
Oh, he's going to lose that fight.
Yeah, he's already lost it, and I think there's passive AA. I mean, is there like an AA cruiser near there on the north side of B for you, team? Because he's lost his planes very
Not
quickly.
really, no. It just appears that he's straight up. Wait, how is he winning this fight?
So quickly, and the fact is, double Bensons are spotted, and he hasn't dropped his dive bomber, so that's going to be a couple of hits.
But how on earth?
Lit up.
How is this heap winning this? The only thing I can assume is this heap is running the HP buff on the planes, on the fighter planes, whereas is KLM Revenge is running the faster recharge.
That seems...
That seems so strange. Why would you do that though if you're running a fighter spec? That seems very questionable.
At any rate, the fact is the Bensons are lit up, and but they are getting the cap through, so they're not being tapped and prevented. Oh,
Indeed,
wow.
but keep in mind.
He got a target on. It's kind of poor play from the Benson when every bit of health counts.
You gotta keep in mind that UFR has captured A already though. They are building a lead. Every second that B remains uncaptured is an advantage.
Yep, and it keeps going. And has anyone gone for Charlie? Yes, we have the Attigo for KLM slowly making his way into Charlie. Probably because his detection range is the lowest of all the cruisers at 9.1. He's probably been sent there. The enemy destroyers, that is the UFR destroyers, were they both at A capping? Where are they right now?
They had to split them up, one destroyer capping A and one that's smoking up the team at B. In fact, UFR is setting up near the defensive island. I actually quite like this position. They're using smokes to hide and they're using the islands to protect themselves from torpedo strikes from the Benson. And they are shooting over the island, and it looks like... Well, I like their position, but ultimately they still lost B though.
I'm not seeing any planes. It seems to me that the UFR guy is using his torpedo bombers to scout, which is odd because the dive bombers at Tier 8 have more speed when they drop the plane.
Indeed. For those that aren't aware, a very common tactic in competitive is that your first dive bomber, you manual drop the bombs in the ocean, and then the bombers gain a 30% speed buff, and then they use those to scout because they are pretty much faster than almost any planes.
And see, what's got me concerned here is that now, although the UFR's got a good start, they're about to go down 2-1 to cap points. But in terms of the opening plays of the carriers, the UFR guy is trying to bomb, and he's losing a lot of planes for it. He's not protecting his bombers and just randomly throwing against these planes. If it was me in a competitive environment, I would wait to near the end, go for targets like the destroyer. Or
I think, I mean, considering they already have a point lead, I think he's being a bit too frivolous with his planes.
What about this push down the south from...
Well, he's going for a drop on the North Carolina now, though, which is, first of all, this is going to be expensive regardless of what covering he has. But bombing in North Carolina with that few squads, I think he's going to lose all these planes. I don't see any of them surviving.
It's too wasteful, and that's coming from this sheep.
Well, it's arguable. Did they force the repair on the North Carolina? No, his damage conning now. His damage conning now. If they manage to... Yeah, actually they are sandwiching. Blackhawk is caught to the open. He has no escape.
And the Bismarck's got a flag. Oh, nice hit on the Bismarck.
Yeah, but look at the torps. Look at the torps heading. Oh, Blackhawk is going to go down. He's caught. He was caught too. No one smoked him up, and he's caught entirely in a pincer attack. Yeah, this Blackhawk is guaranteed dead. He has no more damage con. He's set on fire. Oh, and great torpedo hits. Yeah, honestly, I can't believe they knew they were at A. Why did they leave it unscouted, and why did he leave himself so open? I feel that was a misplay by KLM.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that the KLM, they've got the Shikaku. He's 3-1-2. There's no reason why you can't do one fighter or one dive bomber that's dropped his payload and watching the approaches.
Indeed, I mean, they should have had constant vision of this approaching fleet coming from A, and I feel like they just got caught with their pants down from this flank. I mean, sure, KLM has gotten the capture advantage, but UFR definitively has all the pressure on the map right now. Looks like UFR is making a smoke play into B. They are making a smoke trail using the Benson, creating a pathway for the battleships to push into B.
Are there any ships going for Charlie on your side?
No, Charlie is being largely ignored, which I think is intelligent. They are simply focusing on A and B. But they are making a corridor to B, and the battleships are using the smoke funnel basically to push into B and help them. And they're using both North Carolinas in there, which means no carrier will be able to come near them.
Now, the issue here is that the team is split for UFR, right? The Bismarck is taking a lot of fire, although he's just getting into the smoke field now. So if you're the KLM team, do you pressure the south, the Kutuzov, the Bismarck, the destroyer in the south, and sacrifice B, or what? Because the enemy team is split up and you're more or less homogenous as one group.
Well, the thing is, they have to make a play somewhere. If they just sit here, they're going to be boxed in. What I would do is basically gather all the forces, just abandon B, and just basically charge down the flank into A and deal with this flanking force. Because with the Kutuzov and Benson there, they can keep this Bismarck ups and they can keep smokes up indefinitely. And having a flank open with this kind of force is just a nightmare. I feel like they really need to deal with this flanking force. And they should have dealt with it a long time ago, because they are in a very tough situation now. I don't see how they can even push into B because they will have to give broadsides to either one of these flanking teams.
I mean, yeah, UFR's the sheep, you know, they're carrier players, being really aggressive with these planes. But I mean, if they plan to end the game, I mean, you know, on the 10-minute.
Indeed, I mean, maybe they realized the North Carolina was caught out, so they figured it was an acceptable loss to sacrifice the planes for the kill. And I mean, if you get a battleship kill, it's definitively worth the plane losses. And so ultimately, even though it seemed like a frivolous use of the planes, he forced his repair, and they followed it up with very aggressive plane.
I think the Bismarck might actually go down here in the torp wave.
Oh, these torps are nasty. These torps are so nasty. They're going right through the entire smoke cloud.
15k, and he's dropped down to 162 health, and he's.
Oh, and it's going to force people out of the smoke as well.
The second North Carolina as well. No, so the second North Carolina is fine. That's Arbidark. Oh, he's actually quite a good carrier player as well. So, I mean, that's really good play by the destroyer in the south. That Benson is doing a ton of work.
Yeah, but they're kind of letting him as well. What I can't believe is that they know there's a DD down there. Why are they leaving it unscouted? It should be like a plane hovering between those smoke clouds pretty much 24/7.
We're going to see that KLM's Benson's going to get spotted by fighters. Okay, he's getting picked off by the 80 of the North Carolina.
He might force the Bismarck. He might kill the Bismarck or force the Bismarck out of the smoke. Oh. Actually, the Bismarck is moving into the torpedo by accident. Oh, this Bismarck just misplayed. I think he killed himself.
Ooh,
Smoke ran out. I think he's dead now.
Maybe.
But the massive advantage UFR has right now, it doesn't even matter.
The thing is, Arbidark in the North Carolina, he's staying in the smoke as we're seeing, but he just got flank torqued by the other Benson, so he's down to 26k now. However, the Bismarck for UFR, he's exposed again. The smoke's gone. He's going to take a bunch of fire here.
Oh, they have such good control of B. They're smoking up the North Carolina again, and they have full control of B.
If you were UFR, would you push? Because that's what's happening here. UFR has cap control, has point lead, but they're pushing, but they're about to lose their second battleship here.
Yeah, there's really no need to push. They have such a huge lead, and I like their positioning, that there's really no need to push. Oh, that was such a clutch smoke by Verdandi. Are they gonna keep the Bismarck alive? No.
You splash the area because he's not moving quickly. However, Arbidark in the North Carolina south.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, that's a single torpedo bomber, right? He's burning though.
They are making a smart play with the Chapayev though. They're pushing the Chapayev close to their position where he can radar and spot the entire team regardless of smokes. Which is a smart strategy, but I think it's unnecessary at this point. They are down all their battleships, which means they have no real stopping power. Once you lose the battleships, you can't really stop any aggressive pushes at all, because even cruisers can rush you down.
How much health is the last battleship on the UFR side got?
He's over 50k HP.
No, that's good. No, it's still it's too much to ask. The fact is, they're not just down their battleships; they're down also a destroyer. So the fact is, UFR's got.
Oh, that, and even more great torpedoes coming in from. Oh, he's gonna land one. No, he dodged. But Verdandi has been doing so much work. That's the DD at A. He's been doing so much work on this fleet from the south. Oh, Chapayev is getting team torped. Chapayev got team torped by the Benson. I don't believe it. Oh, the Chapayev charged into the torps sent by the Benson. That was a huge miscommunication. Huge miscommunication.
Quite a high lead, but it's not crucial, but you obviously don't want that to happen.
Yeah, depends on if this Atago can get the torps up. No, Elendor got his torps off before him. And he's gonna get behind the wreck in cover. Oh, but that was a huge miscommunication. That was a complete... That should not happen, but I guess they got a bit too early.
Right, because KLM won the first round that we missed. So is UFR one?
Oh, look, they're using radar. I think they're using Hydro to spot this Benson. It must be Hydro from the Atago. It must be Atago Hydro that's spotting these guys in the smoke. Both the Atago and the Benson in the smoke are spotted. So they are like sitting ducks.
Flying around behind as well. That could also be spotting it.
No, they are in smoke. They're both in the middle of smoke. Both the Vanderdecken and Kapuzierer are in smoke.
The enemies, right? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. The fact that I can see them means they're spotted. I think the Atago is using Hydro.
Might get the Engal here with the torp spread.
Oh.
It's not over yet.
It's actually, that team kill might have really flipped this game around. Oh! Who almost made it. Almost made it.
Alright, so in terms of point setup, the fact that double Kutuzov fight going on the A side, if the Saratus here from KLM can finish off the Kutuzov, it's gonna they're obviously gonna give them the ship.
No, they won the game, the fight in the south, because Malimu is smoked up our Kutuzov and Benson is spotting him, so Malimu will have free reign to just shoot him, and there's nothing Saratus can do. Saratus is stuck in the open. He left his own smoke, so he is guaranteed dead.
Right.
He's even got torps coming his way.
So because of the point advantage, it's KLM that has to push. Oh man.
Oh, he's gonna eat the torp as well.
No,
What? What? That shaved off some paint. He's trying to blind fire. He's actually rushing Malimu right on. And he's angling again. Malimu should be shooting HE to just try to melt him down, but I think our Kutuzov is using AP, hoping to damage him enough.
Noise.
Oh god. Is Cerritus making this happen? I think Malamo is he's going to get torqued. This Kutuzov versus Kutuzov fight is actually quite tense. Oh, here come the torps. Oh, Cerritus is going to dodge them. He turned just in time.
He could still get him. Oh, he's drifting too much. Tail might hit.
No, he dodged it. If he should have shot with AP and punished them. Oh, he's got great torps off. It's going to be a trade. It's going to be a trade.
It's going to be even trade.
Noise!
My god, this game is close. Oh, and huge torps on the other side. It's a 3 versus 3. It's a 3 versus 3. I cannot believe that team kill changed everything.
Yeah, but the Atco just took a punch.
Yeah, Benson landed a torp on him. I saw that impact.
But the thing is, we're still down on 861 points. If you are KLM now, you need to push. And honestly, the carrier, KLM Revenge, needs to push as well. He needs to be a tank sponge, a damage sponge. He needs to just move up and join the rest of his team. Now, one destroyer is out of position on the alpha capture point. Even if you do some napkin math here, even if KLM pushes into Bravo, stalls Bravo, or captures Bravo, the point lead is still sufficient enough that in the time left, it'll hit 1,000 points.
Indeed.
So,
What it comes down to now, I think, is how many planes did this heap waste at a time? Because if the carrier is able to make some decisive drops now, he might turn it.
well, and this is what we're talking about.
Oh! The question is...
bombers that were used up at the very beginning by this sheep. Now is when you can be extremely effective with them.
Yeah. Oh, the Benson dodged Taga's volley. That might have a huge impact. I feel like Angie, our Benson, should be shooting back at your Benson, trying to kill him off instead of just running.
With a 4K and a 10K, if there's smoke, one Benson can smoke up and the other one can spot maybe, but it really comes down to whether or not this sheep can keep the sight up with the dive bomber or whether or not it gets picked up. I was watching the torp wave there. Or when
Oh, that was so close, that torp wave. Oh, they lost vision of one of them. They're contesting B. Contesting a cap means that it no longer generates points, so basically UFR is only generating points from one cap right now. But still, if they just stay alive, that advantage will be enough to propel them to victory. Oh dear. Both...
You'd have to push A, you'd have to stall A, and this is where the carrier, if he was closer, could have...
Yeah, he could have gone into A and stopped the points gain there. That would have been a very good play right now.
So you got smoke number one, and this is where it's incredibly important that that dive bomber remains alive, because it's giving sight to the destroyers.
Well, actually, we have another destroyer who's not in the smoke right now, but he's going
Then
into the
carrier's
smoke.
caught as well, so that helps as well for sight.
Yeah, well, basically once our Benson goes into the smoke, it's going to be 2 Bensons shooting this Taba, and I think he's going to melt very quickly. He's giving broadside as well now. If they use AP, it's going to be a very short story. Yeah, they switch to AP instantly. That's what I want to see. That's how I know these Bensons know what they're doing, that like they're very experienced players. As soon as the Tago gave even a hint of broadside, they shot an AP volley into him. Oh, Vanderdecken is caught in the open. He is so dead. He has no escape. Well, he has to make something happen. They have 993 points.
They're focusing the Benson.
Oh, they lost vision.
Right there.
But
but no, the torps, maybe?
nah, time is going to run out.
9 points. Good dodge. Okay, so UFR gets a win then?
Yep, it's going to be 1-1. My god, UFR made this... UFR really made this unnecessarily close. They had such a huge lead, and then that team kill happened, and their mindless charge into the enemy. Like, they had such a great early game, but they really came close to losing this game towards the end.
Okay, well, I've got the splash scheme for TTT and Portugal on Trident. Our third map today is Trident, so just ignore the teams, but that's what's coming up next. We're just going to wait for the training room to kick off.
Indeed. Ardebark, the North Carolina that they struck, he shot down 29 planes. That's how many planes he had to sacrifice to get that kill. Plus the one shot down by the Shokake. I am surprised though. Oh, this heap played a balanced carrier, but he shot down twice the planes of KLM Revenge, who played a fighter spec.
Yeah, and that's what got me really surprised. I think just the sheep.
I think KLM Revenge didn't run the fighter HP buff. That's the only reason he, like, I can think of this heap winning that duel so decisively.
I just find that so incredulous. You'd come into this thing, you'd be super prepared. But
Exactly. I mean, if you're gonna run 3 fighter specs, of course you're gonna run the 20% HP buff. That's the difference between winning and losing these fighter duels. And he was losing them decisively against like one less squad. Oh well, let's see if we can get our next training room set up. What did you say the next map was?
It's Trident. Map 3 is Trident.